All right, welcome everyone. It is Monday night and we are here to learn about how to start strong and really what it looks like to start a new teammate. We had a call a few weeks ago about starting a new teammate up in their first 72 hours, really, their first week of the business, and that is really helpful. So if you are looking for that information, make sure you refer back to a previous call that we did. All of them are on our YouTube channel, they're on our Facebook page. But tonight, what we're really going to focus in on is how to start someone strong in their first month. And it's very important as leaders to help our teammates to have a really great first week, to have a great first month, and they really are dependent on you to help them be successful. Of course, there's things that we can't control, but we want to teach you guys how to give them the best chance possible. And if you are a new person and you're wanting to learn, we want to teach you how to give it your all, how to make the most of your first month in our business. So we are going to get started, and first, we're going to talk about the how. So we're going to talk about getting organized and having a DMO, and we're also going to talk about how to get organized and what it looks like to schedule success. So I'm going to jump in first and talk about how to get organized in scheduling success, because we know that if you plan it, you do it. If you don't plan it, it doesn't happen. Your business is not going to jump onto your calendar. It's not going to burst through all the clutter in your life. You have to, clear a space for your business to live in your life. And it has to become a priority if you have goals for your business. Just like your family's a priority, your job is a priority, your children are a priority, your business has to have a place of priority if you want to move forward and reach your goals. And so a couple of the success tips that I've learned over the years is really focus on time blocking, making sure that not only your business is on your calendar, but there are ways to make it more productive time. I always recommend the week before, like Sunday night or Monday morning, getting your calendar out, looking at your week, planning. Not everyone has weeks that look the same every week. So planning or reminding yourself of what you have going on for your business for the week, scheduling it in, penciling it in. I have a planner. It looks like this. This is my weekly planner. It has like events that I'm doing or scheduled things, and then it has a to-do list, and I really love that. I also put things into my note or into my phone on my calendar, because I want to make sure that I keep appointments, or if I'm supposed to follow up with a customer, I put March 12th. Follow up with Susan. Like I just have it in multiple places so that I am prepared and ready, even when my life never looks the same any 2 days. And so that's really important. Yeah, I'll show you my planner. It's just from Target. It's a day planner, but like on this side, it says like, these are my like goals, like top 3 things. I'm helping people get to their goals. I had like a smoothie event, and then I had to make a Facebook event template. I had to post our team call. So this is kind of like my to-do list right here each day. And then I also at the top over here have other just follow-ups that I'm doing with people that maybe I've started messages with, and I need to remind myself that, hey, I need to go back to them. So making sure that you're looking over that at the beginning of the week so that you're ready and prepared. I really love time blocking. It's super helpful. And I have time blocking scenarios for 2 different types of people. Number one is like a stay-at-home mom or dad, someone who is at home, you're with the kids, you're doing this business with them in your life, 24/7. So a couple options to find times where you can work your business. Of course, we can all do one-off things when we're in the bathroom. You can send a message or post a Facebook status or whatever, but you really need brain time. You need time to focus on specific things in your business. And so you can find that time, you can block off that time. You can do it during nap times. You can do it before the kids wake up and just get up earlier. You can do it after the kids go to sleep at night. You can do it when your husband or wife get home, and just say, hey, when you get home, can you play with the kids? And I'm going to spend 30 minutes on my business, or cook dinner right after dinner before bedtime, spend 30 minutes, like tuck yourself away in a closet if you have to, and, find that 30 minutes that you can spend uninterrupted. That is the key. You can do this business, a lot of the things in the moments, or, in between, like the car rides, pickups, things like that. But you really need some time every day where you're just able to focus and make sure you get the most important things done. I really heard this on a podcast like a year ago before I was a mom, but I was pregnant, and it really stuck with me. She was talking about doing the mindless things when the kids are awake. So do the chores when the kids are awake, have the kids get involved with folding the laundry, have them, playing on the floor while you're, dusting, or whatever you have to do around the house. Like, those are mindless things. You can be paying attention to your kids and folding the laundry, right? But you can't be like making a business call and paying attention to your kids. So make sure that you do the mindless things when they're awake, and then use that precious time when they're asleep or they're preoccupied with another adult human to do the things that really require more laser focus. And that was really great, because most people are like, oh, the kids are napping, now I have to grocery shop, I have to, fold the clothes. And you just need to flip flop when you do things, because you're going to be so much more productive in your business if you're doing those intentional business activities when your kids are asleep or preoccupied. For working folks, you can do it during breaks from work. You can do it during your lunch hour. You can do it after the kids go to sleep at night. You can do your business before the kids wake up. And honestly, I've done the business in both stages of life. I worked in corporate America and I did the business. And then I worked, now I'm at home and I do the business. And so I've kind of seen it play out in two different scenarios. But for me, like, even with my corporate job, there were times where I had downtime. I would get my work done and then I would have extra time. And so I would use some of that extra time to do stuff for my business, because I'd already respected my employer. I'd already gotten everything done that I needed to. And so those are some options as well for you. I think what it really comes down to is making sure that every day you have some sort of intentional time with your business. And we're going to talk in a minute about what are you going to be doing with your time. You blocked off 30 minutes here. You blocked off an hour, or whatever it is. Some people can get a lot done in 15 minutes, but if you're a person where it takes you like 10 minutes to like get organized and focus like on what you're doing, then 15 minutes is not going to be enough for you. But if you can, so maybe you need 30 minutes, but someone who is like, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing, they can jump in, do for 15 minutes and be done. So it kind of just depends on your personality and how you work. And then we really, want to encourage you to, the list that we're about to give you with getting organized, and the things that we want you to be doing every week, we want you to either figure out how you're going to divide and conquer. You can do a little bit each day, or you can pick certain 1 to 2 things to focus on Monday, 1 to 2 things to do well on Tuesday, 1 to 2 things on Wednesday. And you just either do a little each day or do a lot of one thing or 2 things each day. So I'm going to kick it over to Casey, and she's going to talk about just what are the things that we should be teaching you and you should be learning to do as a consistent part of your business Monday through Friday in your first month that are going to carry on to help you build a really strong, successful business.
Hey guys, yeah, so I'm going to screen share real quick. First and foremost, we talked about in part 1 that when we start a new teammate, we help them make this list. And our teammate, one of our teammates came up with this great idea to use Google Docs. It is a way to share your list with your teammates, with your uplines. You just have to have a Gmail. And I love that because, often our lists get expanded. And when we're just writing them down on random notebooks, we have no way for our uplines, for our mentors, for our support systems to be able to see our list and know where we are. So we encourage everybody to use Google Sheets. We already have it templated out for you. So I'm going to share one of my most recent new teammates, so you guys can see truly what successes look like for them and what they really are modeling for everybody. So my teammate, Tim and Devin Vance, they created a long list. And so this is where their current list is. When I asked them to create a list, they created a list that was long. And we always say somewhere close to about 100 people. And they did that. They made a huge list of 100 people. And what they did when they had a list is I helped them set it up, but then we organize it. So you guys can see there are different colors here. And what we've done is we've color coded the people that they're having conversations with so that we know where the conversations are. So it really helps the upline to know where they are. So for example, teal is for people that have expressed wanting to order and just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Green is for people that are like really hot conversations, but it hasn't gotten to, yes, I'm ready to order yet. The little bit lighter greens are people that have asked for information, but we're still working on that. The yellows are people that they've reached out to, but maybe haven't responded. And then they've got people in the white that they've not reached out to yet, and we'll get to that. And then they've got people in yellow who've simply said no, right? We want to get people to a yes or no. And so having a really long list has provided them the options to have so many conversations. They've invited to their first 2 events, and they still have people left over. So now you've got this great list. You've gotten conversations started because you've had two launch events. Now it's important to recognize that using your Google Sheets is where you're going to be able to check back in and say, where can I start new conversations for the product? Where can I start new conversations for the business? We really encourage you guys to use your upline Voxer as how to start those new conversations. So I'm going to kick it back to Michelle for just a moment to expand a little bit about starting new product conversations, starting new business conversations that maybe you don't have an event to invite them to, because it is really easy to invite people to your launches. But what happens when you don't have an event to plug people into?
Awesome. So starting new product, new business conversation is the bread and butter of our business. You cannot be successful at Juice Plus if you're not sharing your product and your business story. Like that is just, rule number 1, share your product and your business story as much as possible. And so if you notice on that Google sheet, it was like the name, your relationship to them, next steps, what they said, follow up. So really, you're going to take this list and you have a section of those people you invited to your Facebook event. You have a section of those that you invited to your Zoom call. But there's going to be other people, if you have 100 people, that didn't get to attend either of those events. And so how do you start the conversation with them? Number 1, I like to have everyone make the list of 100 and then go to the people they feel most comfortable with first. You start with the people you're closest to, you have the best relationships with, you're the most comfortable with, and you bring 3 people a day to your upline. Bring them at least 3 people a day where you're saying Monday through Friday, or however many, depending on your goals, and say, okay, Michelle, this is Susie. This is how I know her. This is why I thought of her. How would you, this is how I communicate with her. We Facebook message, or we're friends on Facebook. And so I would, I get that information, and you would send me 1 Voxer message per person, like 1 voice message with Susie, or typed out 1 for Jill. Like each person gets 1 message. And then I would say, great, like knowing this about Susie, I might ask some clarifying questions, or I might say, here's a great video. Why don't you rekindle the conversation this way? Or why don't you look at her Facebook page and start liking some of her posts? Why don't you start commenting on some of her posts? See if there's anything on her Facebook page that makes her seem like she's interested in health, that she has kids, maybe she's been sick lately, maybe she's working out, maybe, she has a health issue, whatever. Maybe she complains about her job. Like, you never know what those red flags are that are going to be there. So I would have you either study up, or if you know the person well enough, you can fill those gaps for me, and we'll figure out like why would this person be most interested? What would the number 1 benefit be for that person to take Juice Plus or to be a business partner? And then I would help you as your upline come up with the best outreach verbiage. Once she responds, or if she doesn't respond, you're going to come back to your upline and say, she didn't respond. What do I do now? We're going to give you another message to follow up with her. If she did respond, take a screenshot of it, put it in our Voxer group, and then we're going to help you come up with the best response. It may not seem super fast to do it that way, but we promise you should view yourself as an intern. You are learning mode. You're trying to learn and absorb, and the best way to get good at having successful Juice Plus conversations is by bringing those conversations back to us over and over and over. And really, we're going to do that for the first 30 to 60 days. We're going to help you, and we're going to first do the message for you, and then we're going to transition you to to starting the message on your own and sending it to us first, and then we're going to edit it for you. And once we feel like you're really got it and you get how we do it, then we're going to allow you to really start having some of those conversations on your own. But it is really important for your business to make sure you have new people in the pipeline, because on our Express Track call, Lindsay Lowry said it best. She said, timing is everything, and we don't know if their time is this week, if it's today, if it's a year from now. Like, we don't know when they're going to be ready to say yes to Juice Plus. And so we want to have continued conversations with new people until we find, to build our pipeline so that we have enough yeses every month to where we're able to reach our goals without pressuring anyone. If you talk to less people, it's going to feel more pressured. It's going to feel, like the number one thing people say is like, I don't want to sell. And nobody wants to feel like they're selling. We're excited. We want to share something we believe in. But if you talk to only a few, you feel like you have to put pressure on them to reach your goals. And that was what Kurt Beavers taught me. When I got started, I did a list just like this. I sent it to him. He lived in Atlanta. We worked together. And so it is a tried and proven model of how to effectively have these conversations. New business conversations are key. In your first month, you want to find 2 to 3 business buddies. You need 2 to 3 people to lock arms with you, to at least do their HLP, to at least share with their mom, their dad, and their grandma, you guys. Because you know what? Not everyone wants a business, but almost everyone wants their product at the best price for life, right? I mean, it's the cost of a Sam's Club membership. It's the cost of a Costco membership. You pay the $50, you get it cheaper. Makes sense, right? You pay the $50, you get Juice Plus cheaper because you're getting money back, right? So make it simple, make it consistent, share that over and over, and find those people who will do that. Because I only started to get my mom, my dad, and my grandma on Juice Plus. And if you were trying to sell me on a business 9 years ago, I would have probably said no. But because I wanted to get 3 people on there, I started seeing some extra money. It just snowballed over time. So you just never know where that person's going to go. But in the beginning, it's easiest to share that option, to find the teammates to help you get to your 2,000, to potentially help you get to sales coordinator. And as you grow, you're going to learn how to recruit, and you're going to learn how to share the business more effectively, and you're going to find leaders. So it all takes care of itself, but you have to use your upline for those conversations to be successful. Did I miss anything?
Nope, that was awesome. Thank you. So getting organized, right? Every single week, it starts with your Google Doc. You checking in your Google Doc, figuring out what new product conversations with who you want to start with, and what new business conversations who you want to start with, and taking them to your upline. So that's something that you're going to definitely be doing every single week. And once you've scheduled out that time, you'll know how many people you're scheduling out. Depending on your goals, it might be 1 per week. Depending on your goals, it might be 1 per day or 3 per day, but just getting really clear with your time and using your Google Doc as a reference point. You're also, every single week, you're going to, you're getting new customers. So you're going to be sending out customer emails. You're going to do some customer care. We have an amazing resource. I'm going to screen share with you guys real quick. If you're not familiar with our Plant Strong Life website, it is truly the backbone to your business for go-to resources. So on our plantstronglife.org website, under the members only tab, there is an area for customer care. When you click that, it's going to prompt you for the password, which is Go Plant Strong, all lowercase, one word. And when you jump to this page, at the very, very beginning of it, there's a customer care training to get comfortable with what do I do when I get a brand new customer. But at the very least, these are 3 things that we encourage you to do with a brand new customer. We have tips for remembering to take Juice Plus, sending them a message about Juice Plus detox symptoms. Not everybody experiences it, but we want them to just be educated on it. And we really want to make sure that you've done a customer questionnaire either with them or for them, because you want to remember, you know, when you're signing up 24 customers in the course of your first 2 months because you're 2,000 plus and you're getting qualified, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, why did Susie order Juice Plus? So this is your place to go make points of why Susie said yes to Juice Plus, what they want to experience on Juice Plus. And it also will help connect their story. If they are wanting to have a whole huge health overhaul, then they should be doing the shred. If they've just got on the Orchard and Garden blend, then it's going to help you, or the fruit and veggie blend, it's going to help you have an honest conversation with them of saying, look, you want to experience this, but this is where you are. And so let's kind of talk about what that could look like instead. So these tools to take care of your customers are extremely important. And I will just say, if you're actually using your Launch Your Franchise page, which is where all new teammates start with, the Go Plant Strong password is all the same for every single area. At the very bottom, this little tab, Customer Care Steps, will kick you to that page. So it's going to kick you straight over to that page. And so you can also get to there from that spot. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to highlight a couple more things that are really important during your week to week. Taking care of your customers. Michelle touched on it a little bit, but really just checking into your Voxer every single day. You know, keep yourself accountable to that. And I say every day, that may not mean you're starting new conversations every day, and that's okay. But checking into your Voxer, because more than likely, if you've sent information for your upline to help you with, they've gotten back to you on Voxer. And ultimately, you know, when you're building a business, like, you've got to check into it every single day. And the way you're going to learn from your mentor is by checking in with them every day. And so that may be just checking in with Voxer and saying, hey, I'm busy today. I might be checking in later. Is there anything that you have advice for me on today? So something as simple as that is a way for you to mentally say, I've checked into my business. I've got some things to do. I'm touching base with my mentor. I want them to know that, you know, I'm busy, but I want to make sure that I'm getting things done. What can I do? So checking in with your upline Voxer every single day is so key. Follow up on outreach. You've got your Google Sheets, right? So we've talked about starting new business and product conversations. Maybe that's 1 a day or 3 a day, or what that looks like every single week. But what does your follow-up protocol look like? We talk a lot about the verbiage daily method of operation, where your DMO is starting new conversations for the product, starting new conversations for the business, and following up for the product and for the business. So how many follow-ups are going to be a part of your DMO every single day or every single week? And so it's really important that you do follow-ups. And if you're not sure what that looks like, again, and I feel like I'm just, you know, sounding ridiculous because I can't say it enough, check into Voxer and say, how do I follow up with my people? I want to talk to this person, but they've not responded in 5 days. Rather than, you know, just letting 5 days, 10 days go by and you've not followed up with them. So by committing yourself to how many follow-ups you're going to do a day or a week, that's going to help you keep moving things in your business. And then last but not least, you know, every single week when you're organizing yourself, think about your social media. Wouldn't you guys say it feels really good when you get a message from someone saying, hey, you're really into health, or you're really into fitness, or you are so inspirational. Like, what is it that you're doing lately? I've seen you post about things. It feels really good when people reach out to us, right? Rather than always having to do the outreach. And so social media truly is super important. Playing the attraction game where you are posting value, you are sharing recipes, you are giving inspiration, you are positive, you're vulnerable. I think so often that we get so sucked into being a lighthouse because we do want to be positive people. We want people to attract us, that we forget that life's not perfect. And my kid pooped on the carpet today for the 3rd time this week, and we're potty training. And so potty training is not perfect. And I have to just be okay and say, friends, I need help because my kid pooped on the carpet for the 3rd time. but he's doing really great going pee in the potty, right? Like, I'm just being vulnerable and asking people for help. I don't know everything. And so, being willing to share all those things on social media is going to create you a very strong, powerful social media attraction. And you want that in your business because you want people to reach out to you. Or when you've reached out to someone, they tend to go look at your own Facebook profile and they say, oh, what they just messaged me with, I totally connects with what they're showing. This makes sense. Okay, I want to know more. So by living your life out loud, not just posting about Juice Plus, not just posting about healthy living, but living life out loud, social media can be a very powerful tool. And if you want more training on social media, I can't reiterate it enough, plantstronglife.org, launch your franchise. At the very bottom of that page under the different tabs for additional resources, there is a training for social media that's super powerful, so check it out. Back to you, Michelle.
Awesome. One other training I wanted to mention, if you're wanting to get good at follow-up, we did a team call this past fall on follow-up, and you can find that on our Team Plant Strong YouTube channel under Monday Night Call playlist, and just scroll through until you find the one on follow-up. But there's also some great slides on our Team Plant Strong Facebook page from that call. So if you just go to our Team Plant Strong Facebook page and search follow-up, you should be able to find those images, and they have different scenarios that they go through. So we have all the training. It's up to you guys to implement it and to, make what you learn into a reality and, put it into action. And that kind of flows perfectly into the last thing I wanted to share is make sure that you're getting training. You want to be on these Monday night calls. You want to be the person, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, so thank you guys all for being on here. There's obviously a lot of people who aren't, and I know a lot of people need to watch it the next day. So whatever works for you, just make sure that you're getting this training in your mind, because we have to be filled up. In order for us to do our jobs well, we have to be poured into, because we're pouring out into people every single day. We're pouring out into our teammates, we're pouring into our customers, and we need to be filled up. It's like going to church, it just fills you up so that you can try to live a shining bright light for the rest of the week. And we need it every week. And so just encourage you guys to encourage your teammates to join. We want to have hundreds of people on these calls every week, so that we are just all growing. One of the calls we did recently, he talked about, like, you can be in action mode or you can be in personal growth mode, which, these trainings are personal growth. But if you're not doing both, let's say personal growth is your left foot and action is your right foot. If you're just doing action, you're stepping, you're going to be going around in a circle. If you do growth, you're going to be turning around in a circle. You need to be action, growth. So that's why we have trainings every week to bless you guys and to help all of our teammates, old and new, learn how to better do their business. And so I'm going to stop there. We're almost out of time, and I just wanted to see if anyone has questions before we wrap up the call. If you have questions, you might need to unmute yourself. Anybody?
We nailed it.
All right. Well, if you think of something later, ask your upline or reach out to me or Casey on Voxer. That's where you'll find us. And next week, we have an exciting team call. We have the founder of TeamZ speaking on our team call and showing us how to use TeamZ, giving us the inside scoop. So make sure that you're on, that your team gets on. We really need to have about 25 people on that call in order to make it worth his time. So thanks so much tonight for being on, and we hope that this blesses you guys and you're able to help your teammates start strong. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Bye. Peace.